working, yeah. Wow. Such a good film. That's the first thing I'm going to say. My name is Pétur. I'm the Vice Chair of CLF Iceland, and I'll be moderating the panel now. And I would like to invite all the panelists to come to the stage. Welcome, Rico. Get a little bit closer. So here to my right, we have Rico Herre. He's the director of the film. Next to him is Rosette. She is the director of the Candlelight Foundation in Uganda. And then we have Eunice, who is the lead star. Thank you, Joey. And then we have Dr. Sóley, who is a specialist in sexual reproductive health and rights, as well as a professor emeritus at the University of Iceland. I think I got everyone's title right. So let me just, because I prepared some questions, let me get my questions here. So I wanted to start off with you, Sóley, if that's okay. And we'll get to the other ones. So if you could tell us a little bit about the role of menstrual health education, and especially sort of its role in the broader advocacy for bodily autonomy, on women's health in general, and if you could sort of give us maybe a picture of also, because we've been seeing the film, it happens obviously in Kenya, but if you could sort of describe the landscape for women here in Iceland as well. It's a bit of a tough question, but I think with your experience you can handle it.
First of all, I would like to say it's a great film with a very artistic eye, and for example, the sky. I thought about menstruation, and so it symbolizes, what is happening to girls at this time, and regarding sexuality education, I would say, you see, what is striking with the film is that the young girl doesn't have information. And we know that the fundamental right of an individual in the world is to have the right for information and education. And so she does not know what menstruation is all about, and therefore gives her a great agony, even almost going to kill herself. So it is imperative to tackle this problem that we are facing, not only in Africa or Nepal or Asia or developing countries, but also in Iceland. We have to remove the hindrances regarding the taboo around menstruation, and the silence, the secrecy, the ignorance, and the body shame, and we have to go into more empowering way of dealing with the matter, and in that sense we need to improve knowledge, and we need in a society in general to give the message that this is a very normal thing to happen in our body, is having menstruation, and so it should not be a taboo anywhere in the world. But going to Iceland, I'm not going to take very much longer of the time, but going to Iceland, it's sad to say that we could do so much better regarding sex education, both in primary and secondary school, and we know that actually there was done a study here in Iceland in 2013 among about 1,000 women in the age group 18 to 41, and they, about half of them had really no knowledge of menstruation when it took place. And about 60% said they were not prepared when it all happened, just like in the film. So, but most of them, because there is an issue about, for example, in the developing world to attend school. I would say that according to this study in Iceland, is that most of them attended school. So there were options and some, solutions to the problem, using sanitary towels and things like that. And to inform you about that situation in Iceland, I know that in secondary schools, in the toilets, there are free sanitary pads there for young women to use. And so we still are facing some problems here, and would certainly like to improve the situation. So maybe, do you want?
Perfect answer.
Okay.
Thank you, Rico. No, thank you, Sóley, for setting the scene for us, and it's not surprising for me, but it might be surprising, I think, for some, to hear sort of this, it's far from perfect here in Iceland, and I think it's good to mention that. So I want to go now to you, Eunice, the start of the show. Playing the role of June, it represents the leading role. It's actually your first experience, right, in front of the camera. I think people might be shocked to hear that. So I just want to ask you first, like, how did you get into acting, and what was the whole experience for you, like acting in Impure?
So thank you. This is so dramatic. So when I was 8 years old, I used to go to the mirror, doing some dramatic things like acting, crying, laughing. So my parents used to encourage me that you can do this, so just go to the drama festival team, join them, and you will grow up your talent. So I decided to join the drama festival team, and this is when I met my drama teacher, Mr. Godwin, and he is the one who introduced me to the Impure crew. And yeah, acting in this film, it was my first time to be on a camera, and sincerely speaking, it was very scary and exciting, though I got a lot of lessons that I learned, and I gained some confidence, and it was a powerful experience to me. Yeah.
Thank you. Sante, Eunice. Yeah, and it was a really good job, right? I think the movie would have been completely different if I would cast someone else, right?
Eunice was the make or break of this film.
Thank you, Rico. So I want to go to you, Rosette. That's okay. You're working in Uganda every day on issues, various issues. But I just wanted to ask you, like, how has the Candlelight Foundation worked to address these challenges we just saw in the movie with the communities that you are serving every day?
Thank you so much. My name is Rosette Nabuuma. Actually, before I answer your question, I would like to give me a chance to recognize a very beautiful soul that started the Candlelight Foundation, late El Klahodos Dotil. I want to go into details of how we started and all that, and how I ended up being there. The husband is in the audience here, and some other people have been to Uganda before, 25 years ago. I wrote a book, and I put the story about Candlelight Foundation, the ending of tears, so that people can know how it all started, how Herre started all this, and the work that we're doing to empower girls and women. Thank you so much. Still give me 1 minute to recognize very important people that have supported the foundation a lot. The chairperson of Iceland, CLF Iceland, Christian. I would like also to recognize the great support you have got from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, supporting all the programs that we are doing in Uganda. Also to recognize the Rotary District Governor we invited to come here, Governor Siga and the team, the Rotary team. Thank you so much. And all the board of CLF, the past and the present. Thank you very much. How have we handled the problem that you have seen in Johnny's film? We do empower girls from in different programs, and concerning the menstrual hygiene management challenge that we have a program. We started a project of manufacturing reusable sanitary pads, whereby we do train girls as well in the communities and in our school. We have a high school, elementary, we have a nursery section and young mothers program. And we do make reusable sanitary pads. I can show you here. These are the pads we make. It was funding from Rotary International here. So we make, oh yeah, sure, thank you so much. We do make reusable sanitary pads. They can last between 2 to 3 years. So we distribute to the girls and the community as well. We try, the problem is really huge, but at least we do something about it. It is still a very big challenge with the community we work with and the students in the school. They have very little information about menstruation. The community, I was surprised that Johnny's mom was able to, to give her some good information about menstruation and how she was really able to support her. Some parents have very little information. They don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to support their children, their girls. And also, boys and men, it's like mostly in the rural areas, it's like a taboo. It's something that is not really normal. It's something that is really so shaming. And we still have a long ways to go, but Candlelight is doing her best to, support the girls, the community, and also involving boys and men to understand that this is a normal thing we go through and we are part of them. They should be part of our program and support the girls and the women. Also, we at Candlelight and the programs that we're doing, we have with the support we get, we have supported girls from different backgrounds, girls with disabilities, young mothers who have dropped out of schools because of unwanted pregnancies. And we also have a medical center that was recently funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Iceland. So we have these programs, training, sensitization, reproductive health, menstrual hygiene management, counseling. And we do have a social worker that supports the girls and the community as well. So we are doing our best to handle the program. Thank you so much.
And you're doing an amazing job as well, by the way. And the name of the book was?
The name of the book is The Ending of Tears.
The Ending of Tears.
Yes, Herre is in here. Everybody, Driva, actually Iceland has empowered me and gave me a voice because they sponsored me. They gave me a scholarship to do my education so that I can, oh yeah, thank you. So yes, I mentioned about the education with the support from Iceland people. They funded me to go to school and I did my bachelor's. so that I can have a voice for everybody. Everybody from Uganda can't come to Iceland, but I'm here. I'm able to fly to Iceland because I was able, to have a voice. So thank you.
Thank you very much. It's, your passion is just very, very inspiring. But now we'll move on to Rico, the director of the film. So I just wanted to know, what inspired you to make Impure, and how was the process of shooting it with a Kenyan crew, like you told us in the beginning?
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. You saw the ending of the film. We were inspired by a real incident, tragically. So there was by the end of 2019, there was a news article going around about a young girl who took her own life because she was period shamed. And we saw, okay, there are no other films out there depicting this. There are some feature films from India, but with a weird narrative. Usually it's from the POV of bystanders or people from the outside, or trying to help the girl. And I thought it's a missing. We have to fill the gap here because the point of view from the girl is missing. So this is what we actually wanted to do, to put the audience in the shoes of that girl and follow her through her struggle, to get an understanding what these girls day in and day out go through, And so this was the motivation. And also for me personally, I wanted to challenge myself and also to have this learning experience, which I really had on this film, both on the topic, both also on Kenya and on filmmaking. So, and it was great. It was a great shooting experience. I remember it was late 2019, so we started shooting the film 1.5 months after the real incident happened. And Eunice was 13 years old when we started shooting. So, so this alone is actually mind-blowing, given the fact how authentic you portrayed that character. It was not easy. It was a huge range of emotions that you had to cover. And I remember we had just like 3 or 4 rehearsal days because we had no budget, very low budget, and we had to do everything very fast. Altogether, I think 13 shooting days with the actors and 5 extra days for so-called B-rolls, landscapes, animals and stuff. Then COVID hit and we had a huge delay. So I think 2 years of a delay because we had to do some other shots, then budget constraints. So yeah, we were doing this down our nails, but we never gave up any motivation because we knew that we were working on something very important, and we were also in contact with the family of Jacqueline, and they also said, they gave us the go and said this movie is a very important educational tool actually, and they really appreciated that we tried to turn such a tragic moment into a teachable one, Then we had the world premiere, September 2024, and from there onwards, it was a very positive reception all over the world, and yeah, we hope this trajectory continues.
Thank you very much for the thoughtful answer, Rico. So I think we don't have so much time left, so we'll shortly be going to the Q&A, so really get your questions prepared. But Rico, I wanted to ask you were telling me yesterday over dinner, it's been like a journey since you finished filming, right? You've been, like you told, you've been to Nepal, right, New York, and since the world premiere in Nairobi in 2024, traveled to festivals and done campaigns and been sort of sparking conversations about period shaming around the world. so looking back at the journey, I mean, what surprised you the most, and what are your next goals for the film? Tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you. So I won't go, because of time-wise, don't go too much into all the other premieres and stuff. So the biggest surprise from wherever we went with the film was it's the same problem in every single country. Same. The numbers might be a bit different in school dropouts, or or how many products are available. But at the end of the day, stigma is stigma, and lack of access to products is lack of access to products. Therefore, we also need to change the narrative, because what we usually hear in the global north is, people pointing fingers to the south. We have to come to the aid of the south. It's not true. It's a false narrative, because the very same problems that happen in the global south also happen here in the north. We are very silent about that. What we need to do is the global north and the south coming together and try to find solutions on how to solve the problem, but together, So this is number one. Number two was where will it go from here? So Impure is two things. Of course, it's a film that will be distributed. So in Germany, it's already on video on demand. I can make a very I will announce it now. On April 1st, it's not April's Fools, this year we will have the global release for video on demand, for home cinema, home entertainment, for iTunes, Amazon and Google, so you can rent the film there. Definitely mark your calendars. And you can see this QR code here. Please scan the code, join the pages wherever you want. Instagram, we are actually everywhere. Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. A lot of amazing stuff is upcoming behind the scenes. And yeah, many more. On the other hand, Impure is already in use as an educational tool in schools. So there's a campaign in Kenya running, in Uganda actually. It was also used by a Belgian company called Enable. It's a government organization. And they were screening it to teachers only. And they were forwarding actually all the information from the film to their classes, which was really cool. We had school screenings in Nepal, in Germany, and this was just the beginning. We want to do a global social impact campaign. Still looking for supporters, for finance, but also for implementing partners. But everyone is happy to join. We are happy to make this a huge thing, because we believe in the transformative power of this film. We saw for many screenings in classes, especially boys, that it completely changed their mindsets. Many of them said, I will never laugh at a girl again, or I'm proud the movie has changed me. So this gives us the confidence to know we created something important there. And now we need to get it out in the world, into the classrooms around the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And congratulations as well on the distribution. That's amazing news. So I think we only have 10 minutes left in this room. So I think I have a few questions more for you, but I think if, does anyone have a question to ask these guys? You will have to speak loudly or come and take the microphone, which you're welcome to do. Yeah, we have a question. Yeah. Go ahead.
I can speak loud, yeah.
Please.
I want to thank Eunice, to congratulate you. It's incredible, your performance. I'm a filmmaker as well, and I worked with kids at first. And it really, really impressed me, really touched me. It was just this appreciation for you. Thank you.
And we have another one right there. Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, sorry, it's not really a question, but it's also a comment. My name is Resti. I'm from Uganda, so I'm hearing on Miss Rosette, and also I want to commend Eunice for the job well done. I'm really very touched, even as much as I knew that pure poverty is there. I'm very much touched by this movie. So I have an organization. It's called Hjörvar Foundation. I did found this in 2021 while at college, and the major issue that it tackles is period poverty. Basically in the rural areas of PG district. You should be knowing Miss Rosette. Yeah. So when while watching this movie and also learning about CRF, really I'm looking forward to really building a partnership and how we can even really work together in this capacity, because that is what basically I work on under my organization. Thank you.
Thank you. We will have a conversation later, I'm sure. These guys will be as well out there, and they're very happy to have a conversation with everyone, right? Yeah, sure. So I think everyone is most excited to hear from Eunice, right, the star of the show. So probably the final question here, but if there's someone really wanting to ask a question, we can maybe stretch it a few minutes. So Eunice, so the role of June represents a character that millions of girls around the world can identify with. And as someone who's now become a voice for menstrual dignity, what do you hope other girls, especially those in the rural areas, will take away from June's story in Impure?
Thank you. So, first, I want the girls to understand that they are not alone and menstruation is normal, so they should not feel shame of their body just because of menstruation. I want them to feel confident, be in school, know their dignity, and dreams matters. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Eunice, for the thoughtful answer. We do we have 5 minutes until they start like another film? We have to like literally... Okay. Yeah, Bíó, you have a question?
I was maybe quite lucky and privileged that I was raised by my mother, who is in the audience and is a gynecologist and has been a colleague of Sóley for the last dozens of years. So I was like surrounded by menstrual health and women's health and women's rights from a very young age. So it's been ingrained in me, the importance of it maybe. So my question is maybe directed mostly to Sóley and Rosette. The importance of like educating boys and men about women's health and menstruation. And Rosette can maybe give us a little bit of the importance of the menstruation program in Uganda, how it goes towards boys and that importance, and Sóley as well about maybe in general that importance.
Yeah, and I hope they can do it in only like 1 minute, 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, the importance is, as you saw, that kids who were laughing at June, they were boys and girls. So if you give them sensitization, if you tell them it's normal, girls get that, like when they get to puberty, they get periods, and it's part of a woman's, life. So we find it that after training, for example, at Candlelight, after giving them trainings about menstruation, and because we mix boys and girls, so that boys can also understand that this is a normal thing for girls. They shouldn't be ashamed of, of what happens to them, and to give them support. Like if you have a sweater and Johnny has got a problem, give it to her. Be part of Johnny's challenge problem. So that helps a lot, and it helps keep girls in school. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for the question, and I would like to say that for the boys, you see, what used to be done in school here was that girls were given sex education in a separate place from the boys, especially around menstruation. And it's very important that we have them together in the room. How are we ever going to understand each other if it's not going to be a mutual understanding? So that part is vital. When the teacher was talking to both the girls and the boys in the film here, that was a great scene. I would like to emphasize this about boys, is that our organization, and that is the Icelandic Association regarding sexual and reproductive health, what we have recently published is a special handbook for boys. It is called Are You Ready for Sex? And it is for them to look at in their phone and on the computer. So it gives them lots of information about essential things like self-confidence, sexual consent, relationships, and things like that. And because we would like to, our organization, to empower men so they know how to, talk to people of opposite gender or the same gender, regarding sexual issues and things like that. We want them to be secure because oftentimes young people, and especially the boys, they do not know how to approach another person in a sexual way. And so oftentimes it's not, it does not proceed in a normal way, and then the problems happen. And all the time we want to prevent the problems. So we want to empower young men so they can, they know what to say and how to handle certain problems and situations. And we have been asked by the girls here in Iceland, but why don't we get a handbook? And the thing is that I think that the reason for making this handbook was that we felt that for so long time we had been focused on the girls. We had been focused on teenage pregnancies, mainly girls, and that was not a male focus. So we needed to shift the focus from the girls all the time and her responsibility regarding using contraception and things like that, and go to the boy and try to, help them in the situation. I was not going to take all the time. So.
Thank you very much, Sóley, for the answer, and thanks for the work as well that you're doing. And Eunice, thank you for coming all the way to Iceland. I know it's cold. It's colder than Bíó County in Kenya. And Rosette as well, thank you for the amazing work that you do, and thanks as well for coming all the way. Same for you, Rico, and I hope that the film is successful and as many people can see it. So I think everyone should see it twice, like I said before. We have some gifts, and I want to invite the OA to the stage, who is on the board of CLF Iceland, to present some gifts for our guests here.
Yes, first you all power to start with it.
We have more gifts.
More gifts, yes. We go a few tour and do things from Uganda, home and better. US also like.
No, well, we have more gifts. Sorry, more gifts. I'll clap that.
And finally for you to couple of slides. Thank you very much for showing up and showing us.
Now you can clap.
And thank you all for showing up and watching the film. Thank you very much.
I also just wanted to say, I don't want to have the last word, but like I said, please join us on our channels. We will announce a lot of crazy stuff there. And you saw the problem in the film is exactly the problem that CLF is fighting against. So if you have the power, or if you know someone, please support this organization. They're doing a beautiful job, really.
On behalf of CLF, thank you for coming. See you.
Let's take it.